So right here, okay, you may be like, girl, that look good. Okay. All right. So right here, some of you guys had watched probably my stream earlier when I was at the Asian market. I had got some mushrooms. These are portobello mushrooms, okay, cut into strips, okay, to make it appear like steak. And then I got some onions, some peppers, and some jalapenos. And then, of course, we have some kiwan. In the kiwan, I had put some coconut milk, some tomato paste, and cooked it down with some spring water. Okay, this is my second plate. Okay, the first, my first plate, I was eating on Facebook. Okay, and at first I was like, I'm not gonna eat another, another plate. Then I said, you know what, I may cook that mushroom because I had two mushrooms, two portobello mushrooms, and both of them could not fit in a pot. So I cooked the one, and then I said, you know what? Let me make the second portobello mushroom, and so that's what I did. Portobello mushrooms, okay, high in selenium, okay, high in vitamin B, high in fiber, okay, using the bathroom, high in copper, which equals iron, okay, collagen, okay, you want tight skin, collagen, it has collagen in here. Cardiovascular is great for cardiovascular, is great for cardiovascular, is great for vitamin B, okay, mushrooms. It has so many properties, so many beneficial things. Like when you start eating mushrooms, it's so good for you, okay? So let me get to it. Now, I don't know if you guys are a fan of onions, but baby, okay, if you ain't eating onions, I really don't know. Mm, I really don't know. I really don't know. To the person that's out there, okay, that want to start doing something new, want to start a new journey, honey, you're gonna just have to start. Okay, you guys have heard me say this time and time again. You are just going to have to start, especially when it comes to YouTube, right? If you're a person that's like, I want to make content, you just gonna have to start making the content. For me, I really don't have a niche. Okay. I talk about the law of the universe, manifestation. I also do videos on health, right? That's like something that I'm really passionate about. I go through these phases, especially when it comes to health and stuff like that. Sometimes I go through these phases where as though I'm watching, so many videos with Dr. Tim Monroe, with Dr. Bobby Price, with Dr. Sabi. And I go through these phases, right? And I don't think that your life is based upon a niche because we are always evolving. We are always, changing, right? And so, to the person that's out there, that's like, I want to start writing that book. I want to start making content. I want to start Get into this. Honey, mushrooms, okay? Mushrooms, okay? With key lime and pepper stick. I want to say this is pepper stick. I should have said pepper stick, okay? Um so you just gonna have to start. You just gonna have to start and learn as you go, okay? And that would make more sense as opposed to you saying, you know what, I'm just not gonna start. You know what, I'm just gonna wait until I have it all figured out, because you're never gonna have it all figured out. Okay, it's gonna be times where as though you're not gonna know what to do. And what really helps me on my journey is to be very transparent, to be an open book, to let you guys know what it is I'm going through, what it is that I overcame just this morning. Okay, just this morning. All right. So I was last night. Last night, right? Um, I wanted to. I was hungry. Okay, I had toast, and I had some garbanzo beans and stuff like that, because you know that I'm eating no meat. Okay, I done seen so many videos last night, and I guess that was the universe like just reminded me, because I definitely asked for guidance. Okay, when it comes to me eating plant based. And yesterday I came across a video with this guy who had a burger, and it was something white that fell out of his burger, and it was moving, right? And the doctor, you know how they had the doctors and stuff like going over the video, analyzing the video. The doctor basically was like that was a tapeworm that fell out of the guy burger. The guy thought it was mayonnaise, but he said he thought it was mayonnaise until it started moving. That shit freaked me out. Okay, anything pertaining to parasites or anything like that, that freaks me out. Although I know, we have parasites within us, but that did something to me. Okay. And it was some steak in the freezer, and I was like, I could make that. And then I was watching these videos, and it just really did something to me. And I didn't want nothing in the house. I didn't want garbanzo beans. I wasn't in the mood for that. In fact, I wanted some mushrooms, but a part of me was like, honey, I ain't going all the way down to the damn Asian market. Okay. So I said, I'm going to just wait until tomorrow, which is today. And I have earbuds, whatever you want to call them. Okay. And my earpods, not earpods. I had lost one in the store. So I was walking around, rocking one earpod. Okay, yes, I was. I kept saying I was gonna order more earpods, never ordered them. Okay, so then I lost the second earpod, my last earpod. And this morning, it was so much chatter in my mind. Don't go to the Asian store, because I was gonna have to take the train and all this other stuff. And what I did was I put myself in the best mood. You want to know how? You want to know how? We always have a choice. The way I put myself in the best mood was I started dancing. Yes, I was. I was up in here dancing, okay? Up in here getting my ones and twos on, okay? Probably stiff as a bunny, but honey, I was dancing, okay? And I was dancing to the electric slide with no darn music, all right? And so as I was doing that, I was telling myself, I'm so happy. I'm so happy I got a call. And I kept on reiterating this, retelling myself this, right? And next minute, I know I was also started reading The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. That definitely did it for me. Also, I put on jazz music, okay? And as I was doing it, I just felt so happy, right? Because we all know happiness is a choice. Some days you're not gonna feel like $1 million, okay, or $1 trillion. Some days you may only feel like 1 million. All right. But when you see, this is God. When you see that you don't feel, that's really good. When you see you don't feel so good, we always have a choice. We always have a choice. And that is the part of free will. Okay, honey, get into these mushrooms, okay? And it's kiwan, okay? And the mixed peppers and everything going on like that. You always have a choice. So this morning, I had a choice, okay? Am I going to allow fear to stop me from going to get these mushrooms that I really want? Or am I going to think about, I'm going to get me some mushrooms, you know, I'm going to have me a good time today. I'm going on a journey, right? And that's what I focused on, okay? Free will, we all have free will, but it doesn't exempt you from the laws of this here universe, okay? So you got to understand, you always have choices. You make whatever choice, you know, that you feel is working for you. But if it's something within you that you know that you should be doing better or you could be doing better, make sure you're choosing you. Okay, make sure you are choosing you. I got some onions, some jalapenos in here. I got my steak, mushroom. That's good. And on your journey, you know, you're going to be so excited about new things and about you taking a leap out on faith. And some people not going to get it. And that is okay. Okay. But that does not mean you stop because the people that you are the closest to don't get it. That doesn't mean that. That means you keep on going. Okay, for the people that just came on, mushrooms. Mushrooms are high in copper, okay, means iron. They also high in vitamin B, high in selenium, collagen, okay. It's good for cardiovascular. Mushrooms. Did I say fiber? Okay, definitely fiber. Okay, mushrooms is great when it comes to fiber. Antioxidants, okay? So good. Um, I wish I had some more. I wish I had some more key lime that I made. Who like a good onion? Honey, I love me a good onion. Some onions on my food. Oh my goodness. If there's no onions, go get the onions and come back. It's just something about the seasoning of the onion. One of the books that I highly recommend, well, actually two. The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Ooh. Also, The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power by Vernon Howard. If you've been rocking out to me for a minute, okay, I speak so highly of these books, especially The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power. That book, I remember one day, right? I'm gonna give you guys a story. I remember one day I was in my room, right? And what happened? So to the ones that just came on, okay, honey, we got some steak. Okay, honey, this is portobello mushrooms. Okay, I had some kiwan. This is my second plate. The first plate I ate on Facebook. The second plate I said, let me come on to YouTube and share with you good folks. Okay, so the kiwan the kiwan is gone. Okay, as you can see, I just got a few more strips of steak, my portobello mushrooms. Okay, I told you guys portobello mushrooms are really, really good antioxidants. They are high in selenium, collagen, okay, copper, which equals iron. They also high in vitamin B. They're great for cardiovascular health. Um, they have so many benefits. Fiber, you're gonna be doing what you need to do, okay, in the bathroom. All right. So many phenomenal benefits. So what I was saying was, getting back to the book, right? So I love to read. Let me tell you something. Before I was a person that would be like, I don't like to read In fact, I didn't think I could read like really, really good. And it wasn't that. What it was, the stuff that I was reading, I always felt like I had to prove myself that I was smart enough. Like I had to prove myself that I was good enough. And what that stemmed from was my childhood, right? I had a person who always would, say certain things and they would tell me, repeat what I said. And I would fuck it up, okay? I was young, okay? I would mess it up. And then a person would say, "No, I did not say that." And so that created so much doubt within me. I thought that well, because they even said it, that I always get the cat by the tail, meaning that I always get things wrong. And I've just had this image of myself. And one of the things that I started understanding was, it's not that I get the cat by the tail, is I'm a creator. And so I create, or I see things the way I see them, not the way you see them, right? And so what did it for me was I was sick and tired. You guys have heard my story. I was sick and tired. I was sick and tired being a yes person. I was sick and tired of agreeing necessarily with my family when I didn't necessarily really deep down to my core agreed. It was so many things. I was sick of being in relationships that was not fulfilling, okay, that I just settled for because I felt like I couldn't get anything better than what I'd unsettled for. I was just sick of it. I was sick of experiencing anxiety. I was sick of experiencing depression. In fact, I told you guys I had went to a psychologist. In fact, it was two. And at this time, I was working at this job. I was messing with this guy, and this guy, he nice guy, but he was a big liar, right? And that was somebody that I attracted because I didn't see the worth and the value within myself, and looking for love in all the wrong places. How many could relate to that? And so, what wound up happening was, it was from me being sick and tired that I decided, I need to do something different. And I always had this epiphany, okay? I always had this epiphany that I just wasn't created to work and pay bills. Like that was something that I knew to my core. I didn't know exactly what that really meant for me, but I knew I was not just created to work and pay bills and then die. Like it just felt, and at times, sometimes I wasn't even then paying the bills, okay? But it just felt, something fell off with it, okay? And it was through the search, right? Like I partook in religion, okay? I was Muslim at one point, okay? I never took my Shahada, and I guess probably someone say, well, you really wasn't Muslim if you didn't take your Shahada. But I was practicing Nation of Islam, and I was doing the Hebrew Israelites, and it was all those things, all those experiences that led me to understand that all the power is within me. Okay, from one video, and I talk about this video a lot. Okay, it was B.O.B. rapper B.O.B. and Bobby Hemmett. And I didn't even know who the hell Bobby Hemmett was at the time. Okay. In fact, I didn't even know, I heard somebody talking in a video, but I didn't know like who that other person was. And come to find out was Bobby Hemmett. And I remember hearing rapper B.O.B. talk about Kundalini, talking about chakras, talking about meditation, metaphysics, talking about eating, tantra and all these different things. And it was just like so foreign to me. Okay. But I wanted change. I wanted different. And so what I did was I stepped into radical action. And from that point on, ever since, I've been stepping into radical action. And as I did one thing, it's sort of like the gateway started opening, right? Because some of you guys, you may say, well, I don't know what to do next. If you just get started, If you just make that one video, if you just write that one page that's going to be in your autobiography book, if you just get started, all the answers, everything will start coming to you. It's times where as though I don't know what type of content or what content to put, and the universe just give me an idea. And I just from the subconscious mind, and I'm just like flowing with it, and I'm putting it out, and things like that. The energy is high, the energy is good. I'm excited, okay. And from me doing all of that, voila, here I am today, okay. So my thing to you is you don't need permission to be your authentic self. You don't need permission to show up. You don't need, to have to figure it all out. And coming from a Virgo perspective, okay, so some of you guys, if you have some Virgo friends or whatever it is, at times we tend to want everything neat. We tend to want everything in perfect order and all these different things. And it's times where as though I go through that, and then when I see that I'm going through that, no, Dina, nope, we just gonna roll with it, right? The point of the matter is, it'll never be the perfect time. It's always gonna seem like it's not the right time. It's always gonna seem like you need to get more education. It's always gonna seem like you're not good enough. Start with what you have. That's all you need. You don't need nobody else validation. If the universe gave you something, it is for you to put it out into the world. It is not for you to say, you know what, I'm going to just wait until I get this. No, if you have the idea, the concept for you to make, like when I had the concept, I did a meditation and I didn't know shit about meditation. I was watching damn YouTube videos to find out how to meditate because I was so eager for change. And I meditated and I got a download for me to get people out the matrix, for me to make videos. I didn't know what the hell it meant. And at first, you tend to hear stuff from your intuition and you don't know if that was really from your intuition. I don't know if anybody else out there could relate to it, but I was questioning it. And I ran with it. I started making videos. I didn't know exactly what I was going to talk about. But what I started talking about was the things that I was doing in my house already. My eating habits, okay? I was juicing at that time. Well, I was doing smoothies. I don't know if you guys... Could you guys see me? I was making smoothies at that time, doing all the supplements, spirulina, maca powder, cacao powder. I was doing all these different things. And I just got started. I got started where I was. I just showed up and been showing up. So my thing to you is, are you going to show up? Are you going to show up? Thank you, Philip. Are you going to show up? Are you going to do the thing that your heart is calling you to do? Not your mind. Not your mind, honey, your heart. Not what the mind is calling you to do. Your heart. I had so many passengers when I would do Uber, right? And I was even scared to do Uber when I first started. I was terrified because it was strangers getting in my car. I didn't quite know what to say to them. And what helped me break the ice to all the Uber drivers out there, okay, what helped me break the ice with them was I was doing the same thing that I was doing while I was home. I was listening to personal development all day. And so when the strangers would get into my car, and they would hear the personal development, right? Because personal development is you personally developing, right? From the things that you done been through. And they would be able to relate to that. And that's how I would start a dialogue. I would start, a conversation with the passengers and stuff like that. And some passengers followed me on social media, on my social media accounts, okay? Whether it was Facebook, mainly Facebook, because at that time I was doing some YouTube, but followed me on Facebook. And It was in those moments. See, what you doing is you think you got it. You think you're not qualified. You think you're not qualified. You think you're not enough, right? You're like, well, I got to read one more book. Honey, if you read one more book, okay, before you get started, you guys, I read, okay, now this book, both of the things done came off, okay, but I'm constantly taking notes, okay? I'm constantly highlighting and, writing stuff down. But if I'm reading and I'm not applying what I'm reading, it really don't make no sense for me to keep reading the books, okay? Faith without work is dead, okay? Now, I'm not a religious person, I'm spiritual, but faith without work is dead. And so if you're a person that's like, well, I'm just gonna keep going to the classes, I'm gonna keep on getting the books, I'm gonna keep on, it's gonna come a point in time where you're gonna be so goddamn frustrated because nothing in your life is changing. The only thing you changing is you changing the books, but you're not applying none of the stuff that you're learning. And so do I be terrified sometimes when I'm applying new things, certain things? Absolutely. But do I take the fear with me and run with it? Of course I do. Of course I do. Because this is your birthright to live in abundance. This is your birthright to live in abundance and do the thing that you are passionate about doing. Does that involve growth? Absolutely. Does that mean you got to get out of your comfort zone? Absolutely. Absolutely. But is it worth it? Absolutely. Nobody could have told me 7 years ago, okay? 7 years ago that I would have been making videos today. No one could have told me that because that image that I had of myself, not being good enough, not feeling like I'm capable of, not feeling like I'm worthy of, okay, not feeling like I'm experienced enough. No one could have told me I would have been making videos, okay? And so what changed? My perception changed. My perception. I changed the way I viewed myself. And how did I do that? From the repetition of the things that I was allowing to go into my subconscious mind. If you want to break a habit, it takes repetition. The way you learned the habit, it took repetition. ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, you learned through the repetition of it. And so whatever paradigm that you got going on in your mind, the paradigm is just a multitude of habits. Whatever paradigm that you got going on in your mind that you want to change is going to take repetition of you learning something different. For me, it was the personal development, right? Me constantly listening to you good enough. Me constantly listening to you worthy, you enough, and you have what it takes, and constantly being surrounding myself into mastermind groups and all these different things, constantly being around it. And that's what changed my perception. And let me tell you something else. This is the last thing. If you don't think you're good enough, you're not going to do it. If you don't believe that you are worthy, you're not going to do it. Because you already convinced yourself that you're not good enough. Okay? So I'm going to need you to reconvince yourself that you are enough. You are deserving. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You do have what it takes. Your experience is enough alone. Okay? Your experience. Okay? You don't need a bunch of degrees. I went to school for criminal justice. Okay? I have an associate's degree in criminal justice. Then I went to a 4-year university and I stopped going after I completed 2 semesters, I believe. Yeah, 2 semesters. I stopped going. Or was it 1 semester? Probably 1 semester. And then I stopped going. All right. Because the thing that I went to school for, I don't even talk about that. I talk about my experiences because when you talk about, yeah, definitely, Philip, is reprogramming yourself in a positive way because our parents who raised us, okay, they did the best job they knew how to do. Even me, as being a parent, I don't know if my son is still on here, certified X, but me being a parent, it was definitely times like I screwed up. Like it was so many times I screwed up, right? And at the time I say, well, this is the way things supposed to be. And it wasn't the way things was supposed to be. It was the way I was doing things, the programming that I said, this is how it's supposed to be. And how do you know that that's not the way? Well, one of the ways you know is what's showing up in your life. What is evidence of the way you are doing things is not working? You don't have to go 10 years to see what you're doing isn't working. Just look at your results, right? And that's what I started doing, looking at my results. Okay. And sometimes I get it wrong, right? But I'm willing to get it right. And that is the most important thing. Are you willing to get it right? Are you willing to admit like when you're wrong? It was definitely times as though I had to apologize to my children, okay, that I was wrong and whatever it was. It was definitely times I had to do that. But you have to understand that everything that you're doing is a reflection of your consciousness, is a reflection of the way you think. Remember, it's two parts. So it's the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind, it accepts or rejects. The subconscious mind, it just accepts. So whatever get past the conscious mind and goes into the subconscious mind, that's what it is. So if you hanging around people and they telling you you're a loser, you grew up believing you was a loser, you was a nobody, you wasn't good enough, you wasn't smart enough, all these different things. You may have this self-image, this tape going on in your mind that you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not beautiful, you don't deserve it, you don't deserve the money. All these things going on in the subconscious mind, right? And once you start reprogramming yourself, because first, when I used to do affirmations, I didn't believe it. I don't know if anybody else, out there that could relate to that. But when I first started looking at myself in the mirror, telling myself I was beautiful, start telling myself that I was kind, I was loving, it was so much chatter going on in my mind saying, no, you're not. You're not this. You're not that. You being an imposter. You're not these things. But through the repetition of me keep on saying it and me keep on listening to stuff and listening to other people's stories and, hearing how they didn't grow up with anything and all these different things, it changed the chatter in my mind. Of course, I still have chatter, okay? Because that's just something, right? We always gonna have chatter within going on in our mind. But you become the observer. You get to see, the chatter. You get to hear the chatter. You get to see, nope. You get to be the observer as opposed to saying, yep, that's exactly how I am. You get to watch it. You get to watch the whole scene. Remember, you are the creator of your movie. You're the creator. You're the director. You're the author. You are it. You're the star. Okay? And sometimes people take other people from their movie and make them the star. I remember one thing Paul Proctor had said. He said, many people tend to make other people the star of their movie. Here it is, it's your movie and you bringing somebody else on set and you making them the star of your own movie. That's crazy. You got to see yourself as better. You got to know you better. You got to know that you deserve it. You got to know that source is not going to give you something and say, let me just watch you feel. If you have the passion to write music, write the music. Okay? And then your ego is going to tell you nobody is going to buy your album. Nobody is going to show up to your listening party or whatever it is. Nobody is going to do that. But why would Source give you something just to watch you fail? No, that's the ego that's telling you this. And when I first started doing videos, okay, I remember I would try to get people to engage with my videos on Facebook, okay? And I would say, give me a thumbs up or give me this. Yeah, making somebody else the star of your own movie when you the whole star. And then you wonder why people treat you like a groupie because you showing up like a groupie. I need for you to show up, honey. I need you to show up like you know who you are, okay? I need you to show up like, excuse me, okay? I need you to show up like that. I need you to show up. The person that you be dancing doing the 1 and 2s with, you're probably stiff like a rabbit, okay, like me a little, okay, and you're dancing. I need you to show up as that person, that fun person, that loud person, okay? Maybe you not that loud or whatever. Show up as you, because let me tell you something. Your tribe is going to connect to your vibe. Okay? And it's going to be people that's going to come and go, come and go, come and go. But that is okay. Okay? Because they just making room for your vibe. I mean, your tribe, the real tribe. They making room for your real tribe. Okay? You don't need nobody else's damn permission to show up. Just show up. Just show up. Because I guarantee you, somebody is waiting for your authenticity. Somebody wants to see you, okay? Your tribe is just like, I'm sick of seeing all these people act like they got it all together. Where, in the words of Lisa Nichols, okay? Where is the unicorns at, okay? Where is the ones that, they don't have it all figured out. They still figuring it out as they go along. They have not reached the mountaintop. Okay, they just still climbing like the rest of us. Where are those people? You get what I'm saying? Okay, and so when I first started, right, this was 6.5 years ago. And I wanted people, I believe it was 6.5 or 6 years ago. Was it 6 years? Or 5.5 years ago. Honey, but time don't matter. Because time is an illusion. But I remember I wanted people to comment on my videos. I wanted people to, sort of looking for validation, right? I wanted to see if people could have related to me. And one of the things that I know now, but I sort of didn't know back then, one of those things was if they showing up, you have to be somewhat relatable in order for them to keep showing up, right? And so it came a point in time where as though I stopped asking like, oh, put a thumbs up or whatever, or send some hearts and stuff like that. I just kept on going, okay? Consistency. Consistent. You have to be consistent. I just kept on going. And guess what? Now it's people on my Facebook page that even have came up on my live. Like they say, join a live or join a group. Join a live. And I would accept them and they would tell me like, oh, they got so much value from my videos and stuff like that. And I don't say that from a place of like bragging or anything like that. But I'm showing you the power of you being consistent, the power of you believing in yourself, the power of knowing that you're worthy enough, that you have what it takes, that you are deserving, that everything that you need is already within you. Everything that you need is already within you. You don't need another book. You don't need another lecture. You don't need another this, another that. You have everything within you already. That's all you need is whatever is in you now, that is it. Source gave you something to do is for you to exude yeah, the energy out, show people, and at first you're gonna be afraid, right? Because it's something that you haven't done before. And so I was so eager of change, and I felt so liberated of showing people, like, I want to show people that um you don't have to deal with anxiety and depression alone. Like, I wanted to show people that you can change your life, and that's what I did. I started showing up, and I'm still doing the work. I'm still, listen. This is not like a one time thing. This is an ongoing thing. I'm still doing the work each and every day. I have stuff that comes up from my past, okay, and I'm still doing the work. And so you have to understand that you are as qualified as the next person. You are as good as the next person. And so when I started doing the videos, I was so excited of being able to contribute to humanity. I was so excited to contribute. I remember this one video I did, and in the words of Aaron Dowdy, um, it was so cringe. It was really cringy. I remember I was on my way. I was going to Trader Joe's, and I remember the night before I had did a video, and I said, you know what? Tomorrow we're not gonna look in the mirror. We just gonna go and be out and just be our authentic self. It was back in those days, and that was a YouTube video, by the way. From, honey, I had 3 different channels. This is my final channel on YouTube, and I remember I didn't know what editing was. I didn't know any of the stuff that I know today. So what I'm telling you is, you're gonna learn as you go along. Okay, you're gonna learn as you go along. You have what it takes. You just have to show up and believe in yourself. Okay, and let me tell you something. Some people ain't gonna get you, but you're not for those some people. You for the ones that do get you. You're not gonna be for everyone. Okay, you're just gonna be for the ones that is connected to your vibe. Okay, that's it. The ones that's connected to your vibe, those are the ones that's going to get it. Those are the ones that you will inspire. Those are the ones. But you may have some pushback. People may hate on you, and they're not hating on you necessarily. What it is when you start stepping into your authenticity, what it becomes is you shining a light on something that maybe that person don't necessarily wanna admit to. You get what I'm saying? So for me, like, if I say, I grew up in a projects, true story. I was in a foster home, in a foster system. I was in a group home. I was in a youth house. True story. That's my life, my past. And if I'm on here and I'm saying you do have what it takes, you don't have to, believe that you're not good enough. You are good enough. Now, if a person is still want to hold on to that victim mentality that, the system is against them and all this other stuff, then it may be some hateration going on, right? They may say some things where as though it's like, it may seem like an attack, but it's really not an attack. That's just they saying you just shining the spotlight on them. That's it. Is a part of them that don't want to admit that they have what it takes. Okay, and that's it. And oftentimes it'll be people who may critique or criticize you But then it'd be something that always bring them back to your channel, to your life, is something that always brings them back. And what it is you being authentic. That's what it is you being authentic. Is you saying you don't need permission to show up, just show up. Is that. And so with that being said, honey, I've been on here almost for an hour. Okay, I love you guys. Make sure you're rocking out, believing in yourself. This was really good. This was my second plate, and as you can see, I'm like a little tired. I'm a little tired now, honey. But I love you guys, and I catch you guys on the next one. You have what it takes. Get rid of that story that you have going on in your damn subconscious mind, that you're not good enough, you don't deserve it because of the color of your skin. The universe is not biased. Let me say that again, because maybe somebody out there didn't hear what I said. The universe is not biased. Everything is based upon energy, frequency. If you feel deep down inside you're not good enough, that's what you are speaking without speaking. By the relationships you entertain, by the people that you engage with, is showing up on the outside. So whatever it is that you got going on in the inside, I need for you to breathe. Do it again. Feels so good. And start telling yourself, you are enough. You are what the world has been waiting for. You. With that being said, peace.